生命无价，人间有爱。周大观文教基金会成立于1997年，是由周大观的父亲周敬华先生、母亲郭银兰女士以及友人赵翠慧女士等国内外爱心人士，为完成抗癌小诗人周大观热爱生命、快乐生活的遗志，提倡喊自己好，热爱自己的生命，喊别人好，尊重别人的生命，喊地球好，维护地球的生命。3年多来，以最真诚、最节俭的方式，自立自强的行动，经由访视、征选、营队、讲座、活动、交流、咨询、研讨等多元化、全方位的服务，进行全球热爱生命、快乐生活系列公益活动，并特别着重人生快乐生活的宣扬，生命无限可能的鼓励，包括身心障碍者、癌童、罕见疾病者以及国内外为生命搏斗者。
不要放弃。
到2000年12月底为止，参与本会全球热爱生命、快乐生活系列公益活动义工服务人次已超过199367人次。以小而美、小而精的积极企业人性化经营模式，结合国内外资源，在爱心与智慧相激荡中无中生有，有效地达成推动全球热爱生命、快乐生活系列公益活动的任务和目标。周大观曾经有一篇诗作，名字叫做《种树》。自从那年春天的右脚长了肿瘤，我们就天天去种树，在医院种下健康的树，在教堂种下爱心的树，在学校种下希望的树。某一天，我们把自己也种成一株树，一代一代种下去，长成一座健康的森林，长成一座爱的森林，长成一座希望的森林。
By the production and control of cocaine. It's not the first place you'd go to find a rising star. But where some aspire to wealth and fame, others like 28-year-old Juan Manuel look to politics. One of the realest dangers if you're young and live in a city like Tuluá is that you become a member of one of the groups known as sicarios, junior henchmen who work for the drug barons by strong-arming their neighbors. Juan Manuel is essentially coming here to let the kids know that Colombia Joven is there for them, and to counterbalance the recruitment efforts of the narco-traffickers, because there's a lot of potential drug talent in these drowsy-looking communities. The camp is run by the Red Cross together with the police and houses a few hundred families, most of them without fathers. The people here are safe from additional paramilitary vengeance as long as they don't leave the camp. The absurdity of the civil war in Colombia is becoming clearer and clearer to us. Civilians are forced to take sides, forced to accept so-called protection, and then punished for their choice by the enemy. Juan Manuel seems not only concerned with children, but with people in general.
There is a lot of young people that have to live here in these camps and they have to leave their native lands. They are accused of collaborating with the guerrilla groups to protect them. So it's very difficult for them because if they stay on their native places, they can be killed at any moment. So here they live more or less protected from all that.
The Colombian problem was next on the international agenda, and that it would be dealt with as soon as the situation in the Middle East was solved. As far as Juan Manuel is concerned, only questions remain.
他在17岁那年，他的父亲是司法部长，结果因为反毒肃贪而被毒枭暗杀掉了。所以他不因为他的父亲因为反毒而遭到毒手，然后害怕这些毒枭，反而站起来继续他父亲的遗志。还好吗？谢谢。先拍照上。各个能够把他们在哥伦比亚进行的这样子一个反毒的历程，鼓励了年轻人，鼓励了社区。把这样子的一个热爱生命跟改造的精神呢，传播到全世界。我想他们是台湾最好的朋友。
I want to accept this award on behalf of all the Colombian youth and the Colombian people who are fighting against narco-trafficking, against drugs, and want a country free of drugs, free of narco-traffic, free of violence. My father used to say that the most important changes in a society are the changes that occur in the collective conscience. They are the hardest changes to obtain, but are the more durable and enduring changes. So I think our country is experiencing a difficult moment, but the majority of the Colombian people are hardworking and want to get rid of violence and drugs. And I think with the help of countries like Taiwan, we will be able to achieve my father's dream. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everyone. I'm really happy to be here today and visit this hospital and have the opportunity to share with you our experiences from very far away in Colombia. And in Colombia, we were trying to develop projects within the government, country, as Latin America as a whole, politically and economically. And also change in the culture of Colombia, especially when it's related to the problem that we are enduring in Colombia, drugs and narcotrafficking, which is pouring a lot of money that we have spent with my wife here in Taipei and with the Chu Taquan Foundation have given an enormous
part of this experience during these last few days. It's my first time in Asia, and I'm very glad that the first country I have visited in this continent is in Taiwan. I never expected to visit Taiwan. I concur with what our friend from Malaysia said about the powerful stories that we have been able to share in these few days. I think that's the most important experience that we have in these few days. I've studied all my life international relations. That's my career, and I dedicated few years of my life to that career. I've been working on the education sector. I've been working with young people, but I work only a few months on international relations. I'm going to have the opportunity to do this in the next few years in England. But I want to say that I'm very worried about what is happening today in international relations. We see every day in the media what is happening in Iraq and how the world is building barriers against international terrorism and against any threat that comes from a foreign country or an extremist group. And I think that the work that the Chota Kwan Foundation is doing here in Taiwan is the work that the whole world needs to really build bridges and not barriers among nations and countries. And I'm being amazed and really moved by knowing how the Asian societies share these human values, the value of family, the value of the old people, which is really young people at heart, like sister that we met from Singapore, and the children, how they value children also. I think in the Western societies we have a lot to learn about the value of these people and how they can give to us and share to us. In my country, we said that a person who is 35 years old is already finished. I mean, what you have not accomplished when you get to 35, you will never accomplish in your life. And I think that's false, and it's a problem of our Western societies. I think people can share a lot of their experiences beyond their age. So I just want to thank again the foundation and its members and all of you for sharing your stories with me. Thank you very much.
I want to tell you today a small story of my life. And it happened 15 years ago when I was at school, like you are today. I went to my house and my father went to a political rally in Colombia. He was a presidential candidate. And at 8 o'clock in the evening, we turned on the radio and they were giving the news that a shooting had occurred in this political rally of my father. So I took my mother and my brothers, my two little brothers, and we went to the hospital where they said they had bring my father. And we had a lot of hope that my father would survive this shooting. But when we got to the hospital, we learned that he died because of his wounds. And at that moment, I started thinking and I started praying to my father, how could I say his word? 20 years hard work, building a political project for Colombia, free of narco-trafficking and living in democracy. So I started to write that evening in the hospital what was in my heart at that moment. And I realized that the way my father's ideas would go beyond his death was to give his flag, his political flag, to the campaign manager. And this campaign manager won the election in 1990. So I realized at that moment that even if my father was dead, he was still winning victories after he died. And for many, many years I was very depressed and sad because of what happened to me, because I lost my father. But I met my wife and everything started to change. Almost 7 months ago, we had our first child. I'm very thankful to her because part of my father's spirit came back to me in my son's life. Thank you.
First, I have to say I'm very sorry about your family because the terrible things happening on them. But we know you always look on the bright side of things. So could you tell us how to keep the optimistic attitude towards your life? Thank you.
Working in the government, and I was very young. And I was appointed Vice Minister of Education and Youth Affairs in Colombia, split in 3 in my country. So all the regions in my country are very separated by the mountains. It was the airplane who first really integrated my country and regions where it was communicated. So when I was traveling around the country and I saw the work of many, many, many young people in my country, in many, many different fields, education, culture, and when I discovered the richness of Colombia, human richness of Colombia, I started to begin being more optimistic of my country's present and of my country's future. And during those years in the government, the most important thing that I think I learned is that young people are not the future. The future doesn't exist. That's a very important thing that we forget. And we always said all children are very important because they're the future of the country. Children are very important because they're the present of the country. And young people are very important because they're the present of the country. So we have to start thinking about young people as the present of the country. That's why they're very important. So my advice to you is the same advice that I received many, many times from my father and my grandfather. You have to invest all the time that you can invest in education. Education is the best way to change your life and to change other people's lives. And that's the most important investment that you can make in life, the years that you educate yourself. Thank you.
And my father 15 years ago was a presidential candidate in Colombia, and he was speaking out against narcotraffic and drugs and its influence in the Colombian society. And he was assassinated by the drug mafia. But since then, we are trying to build a new country, a country free of drugs, free of violence, and I think we come a long way from that horrible period in the 1980s when narco-terrorism was affecting our country. And I've been working in the government for the last few years in a presidential program for young people, to help young people have new opportunities of development, spiritual development and material development. And we have signed an agreement with the Chota Kwan Foundation to publish Chota Kwan's poems in Colombia in Spanish. So I think it is very important, Mr. President, that we can enforce more cooperation between the Chota Kwan Foundation and our foundation in Colombia, the foundation that has my father's name. And I think that level of cooperation would be very important to have your support and the support of the government of Taiwan. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good morning from Colombia. I'm very happy to be here today to share my story with you. I have 32 years old, so I have a really short life compared with your life, the most of your lives. I was a member of the government, and I used to work with children and with young people, trying to give them some opportunities of work, cultural life. And my country has a lot of problems with drugs and narcotraffic. My father was assassinated in 1989. He was a presidential candidate. But I think seeing you here, seeing your example of life, makes me more convinced of the importance of love, the importance of hope, the importance of human values. And I think the Chota Kwan Foundation work and this week work here in Taiwan and the experience we have been able to share, it's been one of the greatest days of my life. So I want to thank again Show Mama, Show Papa for this opportunity, his staff, Sophia, for his generosity, and I hope we can very soon receive you in Colombia and share with you the experiences of our beautiful country. Thank you very much.